everybody, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about rage quitting. Now this is a subject that I've wanted to talk about for about a month now, but I wanted to wait for a little while to just play Black Ops 2 for a little bit longer, especially waiting until after the Christmas period to see if my assumption about rage quitting in Black Ops 2 was actually true. And my assumption is that people rage quit out of games in Black Ops 2 more than any other Call of Duty I have ever played. I don't know if that's correct, but that's definitely how I feel. As soon as I put up a Blackbird, host migration, rage quit, there's nobody on the other team anymore. Even if I'm using just a lightning strike and things just aren't going their way, they just rage quit. And I've sat and thought about why this might be, and these are the conclusions that I came up with. Number one, my conclusion of why people rage quit more in Black Ops 2 is that high kill streaks happen a lot less frequently. Now in Modern Warfare 3, if someone was to get even a Pavo, which is, you know, a 12 kill streak, it wasn't that much of a big deal. It happened kind of all the time. People got Reapers all the time and it just wasn't a big deal. People would shoot it down, go about their merry way. But in Black Ops 2, I feel like the high kill streaks don't happen that often. I'm rarely ever in a game, from the start anyway, where someone gets dogs, or they get a Blackbird, or they get a Swarm, or any of the high kill streaks. It rarely ever happens. Now, I don't know if you guys have had that same experience, but I've definitely had that experience. Most of the time, if I'm in a game where there's a high kill streak going on, it's because I joined late. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the only reason why people don't get high kill streaks. I'm just saying it happens a lot less frequently. Another reason that I came up with is that a lot of people don't carry launchers with them. Because of the Pick 10 system, people like to use it on stuff that they find really helpful. Whereas in original Call of Duties, in previous Call of Duties, you always had to have a secondary. So a lot of people would just take the launcher because they wouldn't use a secondary such as a pistol anyway. So they're like, yeah, I'll just take a launcher, why not? So that's another reason that I feel like as well. And also, people can't shoot down the Blackbird. So when people hear enemy VSAT inbound or whatever the hell he says, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to die and I can't do anything about that. Now, I know that was true for the original Black Ops as well, but I feel like Blackbirds happened a lot more often in Black Ops 1 than in Black Ops 2. So by all means, if you guys have any theories as to why people rage quit more in Black Ops 2, feel free to leave them in the comments, because these is just what I've come up with. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it holds any factoids about it. So feel free to put in your suggestions as to why you think it is, if you think that is the case. And I actually think that it's really ironic that people rage quit out of Black Ops 2 matches more than other Call of Duties, because it's also the first Call of Duty to implement any kind of penalty for rage quitting. And I'm still not entirely sure as to how you get put in timeout, because I've never been put in timeout ever. And I know people that have been put in timeout for disconnecting from a match, like it was the server's fault, they got disconnected and they got put in timeout. So I think now you only get put into it if you dashboard, right? Right? I don't know. You have to let me know. But the only game that I've ever played that implemented some kind of penalty and it really worked was Guild Wars. Guild Wars is an MMO. It's on PC, so yes, there is dedicated servers. There's nothing to do with connection. No one has a better connection than you unless they have better internet than you. So connection was never an issue. The only reason that you would rage quit out of a Guild Wars 2 multiplayer game was if you just felt like your team sucked. Like, that's it. And you were allowed to rage quit once every like 3 to 4 hours and not be put in timeout, but if you did it again, you would get put into timeout. And the reason that it works so well in Guild Wars is that in the hot join matches, which would be the ones that people did actually rage quit from, it was 4v4, and if your team sucked and the other team was good, you would finish that match in like 2 to 5 minutes. So you would only ever waste 5 minutes of your life in a game that you didn't really want to play. So it's not really that much of an issue to sit there and go along with it or whatever. They will usually end in 2 minutes if your team was really bad. Whereas in Call of Duty, most of the matches last for freaking 10 minutes. So you could be sitting there with a 3-bar for 10 minutes, knowing that you can't rage quit because you're going to be put in timeout. Or you could be sitting there playing a map you don't like. You could join a game really late and they'll be at like freaking 50,000 points ahead of you. You don't want to stay in those games. Or you could be fighting against a full team. All of these situations that none of us want to particularly stay in. So in Call of Duty, I don't really feel that it would be a good idea to bring in a penalty like that. Because I know me, for example, I rage quit all the time, and it's not ever really because of rage. Like if I join a game and I have a 3-bar, I'm going to leave. I play solo so that I have 4 bars. I'm not going to sit in a game where I have 3 bars. I'm just not doing it. If I join a game and it's like 2 points until the end of the game, even if I'm on a winning team, I'm going to leave, because a lot of the time you'll sit there and watch the final kill cam, wait for it to count down, and then it will just kick you out of the lobby anyway. So I'm just going to leave, because I can't be bothered to sit there and wait for freaking 2 minutes to play a game that I want to play right now. Or if I join a game and they have like dogs and swarms going on, no, you are not allowed to rage quit out of a game and then I get put into it and have to stay and clean up your mess. No, I'm not doing it. I will not rage quit if I am the reason why someone got dogs. So if I'm in a game from the beginning and someone pulls out dogs, fair enough, you did good. I will stay and deal with my mess. Like, I made that mess, so I should stay and deal with it. I'm not gonna leave so some poor soul can get put into the game with the mess that I created. So speaking of which, when do you guys feel like it is okay to rage quit? Do you think it's okay to just be pissed off and just leave? Do you feel like the connection thing is okay to leave? You don't like the map, but you're allowed to leave if you don't like the map that you get put on? When is it okay to leave? I personally feel like you are a-okay to leave if you don't like the connection. If you get put into a late game and they're getting their ass kicked, like, you shouldn't have to deal with that. It's not your fault they're getting their ass kicked. But if you're in a game from the beginning and they pull out a swarm on you or dogs or whatever it may be, I feel like you should stay, because it's probably your fault that they got them. I mean, I know that's not always the case. I've been in games where 2 minutes in or even a minute in, 30 seconds, they have kill streaks going everywhere and I haven't even seen anyone. So I know that's not completely true, but you guys know what I mean. So let me know in the comments, guys, when is it okay to rage quit? Okay, I'll speak to you later. Bye.